Hello Thrivers, and welcome back to Hypothyroid Chef. I'm Ginny Mahar, your thyroid health and cooking coach. And today I'm sharing one of my all-time favorite recipes, my easy instant golden milk mix. So this is a rich and creamy Ayurvedic beverage that is so delicious, especially if you love just something comforting or something warm in the evening. It's also super anti-inflammatory. Maybe you've tried golden milk before, maybe you've even made golden milk before, but the cool thing about this recipe is that it makes a big batch of concentrated golden milk mix. So that means that you can just take some, add hot water, and enjoy a cup of golden milk whenever you want, without all the mess and the effort that usually comes with making it from scratch. Golden milk isn't hard to make, but I don't always want to have to get all these ingredients out just to make one cup. So this easy instant golden milk mix was my solution to that problem. And the star ingredient in golden milk is turmeric, which is like a thyroid superfood. So once we get our golden milk mix cooking, I'll tell you a little bit more about the thyroid healthy highlights of turmeric. Okay, so let's make our easy instant golden milk mix. To make this instant golden milk mix, you'll need a can of full-fat coconut milk, some dried turmeric, dried ginger, black pepper, cinnamon, vanilla extract, and some nutmeg. I like to add some honey for sweetness and some collagen hydrolysate or collagen peptides for just an added boost of gut healing, skin nourishing goodness. You're also going to need a saucepan, a whisk, or something to stir with, and something to store your golden milk mix in. So depending on if you're refrigerating it, just a mason jar would work fine. But this does make a pretty big batch. So unless you plan on like sharing this and drinking it right away, I do recommend the freezer method. So during the colder months, I make batches of this regularly, and then I freeze it in portions. And my husband and I love to enjoy this on those cold nights when we want something warm, we want a little something maybe sweet after dinner. So what I like to use are these silicone baby food molds. So I can freeze individual servings and then just add hot water. So this recipe is gluten-free, it's dairy-free, and it's paleo. But one note, if you're following the autoimmune protocol, I do have ingredient swaps for you too that are included in the printable recipe on my blog. So I'll put the link for that in the video description if you want the AIP version, or maybe you just want the printable recipe. Okay, so making this mix is super simple. We're basically just gonna combine everything in a saucepan. We'll let it steep for about 15 minutes, then we'll cool it, store it, and that's it. So let's go ahead and get started. First, we're gonna add our can of full-fat coconut milk. This is gonna be the creamy base to our mix, and this is simple coconut milk. That just means that it doesn't have any guar gum as an added thickener or emulsifier. Most canned coconut milk does have that. Guar gum isn't a terrible ingredient, but especially if you are on the autoimmune protocol, you do need to use simple coconut milk so it doesn't have guar gum in it. But yeah, that's gonna add some healthy fat to our mix. And next we'll add 2 tablespoons of dried turmeric. I'm gonna go ahead and turn our heat on. Go about a medium here. So turmeric is our superstar ingredient. Then we're gonna add about half a teaspoon of ground ginger, just a little bit of freshly grated nutmeg, probably about a 1/4 teaspoon. Now, it doesn't have to be freshly grated, but it really does taste and smell amazing if it is. Okay, we're also gonna add about a 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper. This is a really important ingredient because it's going to enhance the absorption of the curcumin, which is that bioactive component of turmeric. And it increases the absorption by up to 2,000%. Now, if you're on the elimination phase of the autoimmune protocol, again, you're gonna need to skip the black pepper, but otherwise it is worth adding. Okay, next we'll add a touch of vanilla extract, about a teaspoon here. and some cinnamon, about a teaspoon of cinnamon, and then for sweetness, we'll use about a 1/3 cup of honey. And you can adjust this to your taste or add a different sweetener. Maple syrup would also work, but honey just gives it a great flavor. Okay, finally, and again, this is optional, but I like to add about a 1/2 cup of collagen peptides. So that's going to add some protein to the mix along with some gut healing, hair nourishing, and skin supporting benefits as well. Okay, so once everything is in the saucepan, we're just going to whisk it all together and heat it over medium heat. We really just want all those spices and different flavors to meld and steep, just stirring occasionally. We don't really want this to boil, not like a rolling boil, but a nice low simmer will do the trick and just help all those different flavors kind of meld together. And while that's steeping, we can talk a little bit about turmeric. So why turmeric? Why is it a thyroid healthy food? Why is it the superstar ingredient here? Well, turmeric has a bioactive component called curcumin, which I think I mentioned earlier. So curcumin is actually a very powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. There's some really powerful and proven health benefits that come with turmeric and curcumin, and many of those benefits do address some really, really common symptoms that we deal with as thyroid patients. So first, golden milk is incredibly anti-inflammatory. I can actually feel a body buzz from drinking this. It's like all the pain and inflammation just goes away. And that's from the turmeric and from some of the other spices as well, like the ginger and the cinnamon. Secondly, turmeric is really great for our gut health. It can actually help protect and heal the gut lining. And gut health issues, unfortunately, including leaky gut, are very common for us as thyroid patients. Turmeric is also really amazing for our brain health, our cognitive health. So if any of you struggle with brain fog, which is a very common thyroid symptom, that's another thing that you can feel good about drinking something, that has this in it that will support your clarity and memory. So curcumin can actually help improve oxygen intake to the brain, and that can help improve our memory and fuzzy thinking and some of that brain fog that some of us know all too well. So we don't have to stir this the whole time. I'm just really trying to break up some of the lumps and get that collagen nice and dissolved into our mix here. Another thing about turmeric is it can also boost our mood, and it has been shown to help significantly with depression. And that's another very common thyroid symptom, unfortunately. There have been studies that have shown that turmeric can help as much as some pharmaceutical antidepressants like Prozac. So that turmeric or curcumin is really pretty powerful stuff. Finally, and this is one of the really amazing things about turmeric, is that it has amazing natural chelating abilities. So what that means is that it can actually help reduce heavy metal toxicity in the body. And heavy metals are a proven threat to our thyroid health. And the thing about heavy metals is, you might not think they're an issue for you, but really they're an issue for everyone, because in today's world, because of things like conventional agricultural chemicals and primarily the burning of fossil fuels like coal and gasoline, we are all exposed to heavy metals. They're in the air, the water, the soil. So just by supporting the body's natural detoxification systems and natural heavy metal detox, turmeric can really play a powerful role in protecting your thyroid and your overall health, because heavy metals aren't good for anyone. So lots and lots of really good reasons here to think about incorporating turmeric into your thyroid-friendly meal planning. So if you do want to know more about turmeric and how it can support you as a thyroid thriver, maybe look at some of the different sources and research on turmeric, you can check out my other video, Is Turmeric Good for Thyroid Thrivers? And that's also tied to a blog post that's got all kinds of information in it as well on turmeric. But I will put a link to that video in this video description for you. One thing about turmeric is that it does benefit from a few really simple like culinary strategies to help our bodies get more benefit from it and really feel the effects of it and feel those effects for longer. So there's 3 main things that will help increase your ability to absorb curcumin from the turmeric. And those 3 things are: 1, healthy fat like coconut milk, which we've got here, heat, as in cooking it, and then also that black pepper, as I mentioned, makes a huge difference. So anytime you're cooking with turmeric, unless you're on some kind of therapeutic dietary protocol or elimination diet where you can't have black pepper, it is a good idea to include black pepper if you're cooking with turmeric to significantly improve that bioavailability. So great thing about this recipe is that it uses all 3 of those things. So, okay, I'm gonna let this steep for a little bit longer, and then we'll be able to give it a taste and store the rest for later. Okay, we're all set. This steeped for about 15 minutes, and then I turned off the heat and let it cool down for another 10 or so minutes. So now we can make a cup of golden milk and store the rest of this mix for later. So making a cup is super easy. You just want to take about a 1/4 cup of mix. And then add hot water. So 8 ounces of hot water. 8 ounces is 1 cup. So that's 1/4 cup of mix for 1 small mug of golden milk. So I'll just add some hot water to this, give it a stir, and we're ready to go. So you can see this has a really beautiful golden color. I love golden milk so much. All those spices together are just so warming and delicious, and it smells amazing. And then also you have that added benefits of it just feels amazing, especially after you drink it. Okay, so for the rest of this, once it's fairly cool and ready to store, you can go 2 ways. If you plan on sharing this and drinking it within the next, say, week or so, you can just pour it into a mason jar. Any mason jar or Pyrex container will work just fine, and then you just scoop out a serving, add your hot water anytime you want some golden milk. I would give it a good shake or stir before you do that, because some of the spices and things can kind of settle. The other option, as I mentioned, is we can freeze it. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pour our mix into these silicone baby food molds. I do have a couple different sizes depending on whether I want a big or small mug, but we'll just fill these up and then pop them in the freezer. And then once they're firm, I can, I'll pop those out of here, kind of like ice cubes, put them in a stasher bag and store them in the freezer so that whenever I want to make a cup, I can just put a cube into my mug. I'll thaw it really quickly in the microwave and then just add hot water. It's so, so easy. You do want to be sure that you leave a little bit of headroom anytime you're freezing something, because things do expand as they freeze. So I'm leaving about a 1/4 inch of room here. And that's it. I'll just pop this into the freezer, let these harden, and then put those in a silicone freezer bag. See? It's so, so easy. And not only is this recipe really quick and convenient, it's also it's a very thyroid healthy alternative to something like alcoholic beverages in the evening, because it's so relaxing. So golden milk, once again, can support your gut health. It can reduce inflammation. It can boost your mood. It can help with your brain health. It can help you relax. So it is perfect for us thyroid thrivers looking to unwind at the end of the day, looking for a relaxing beverage, looking for an alternative to maybe caffeinated drinks or drinks containing alcohol. If you'd like to give this recipe a try, the full details are available for you in the description below this video, along with links to some of my other content on thyroid-friendly drink options and more information on turmeric. So if you are looking for more thyroid healthy eating inspiration, do be sure to check out my free thyroid-friendly grocery guide. It's packed with over 130 delicious, colorful, nutrient-dense and anti-inflammatory foods to help you feel your best and thrive. You can find that link in the description below as well. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more thyroid-friendly recipes and lifestyle tips. So cheers to your health and happy thriving. I'll see you next time.